Hello, how you doing? It's Zacarias. I got a comment, and I know that me and Lovelyti ain't been proud, but I kind of disagree and agree with her video about the Beyonce's Blue Ivy's hair, Jay-Z's baby Blue Ivy hair. Okay, first of all, she coming from a person who, 10, like I said before, she not. I don't know which part of her family is Nigerian. Okay, they don't see the people of one drop of black blood, no matter what shade, the color it is. I don't believe one drop. I'm just saying that historically what we went through. Even if you look like Halle Berry, even if you look like Hair Locklear, who's partially black, you know, she don't tell it too much. But, okay, you get that one. They have not went through the racism. Africans have not went through the racism that we went through. And I do get also one video about something I don't believe in that House of Judah type of cult that's going around. He was like, but at one time it was in Maryland, Washington D.C., and they was saying that Africans that they was dissing Oprah. I love Oprah, and I'm glad Oprah did put a school for African girls, but it was trash and talk. I like that it was trash talk to Africans, but they said they're the ones who put our people on the ship, and that is very true. Okay, I know I met those who actually would tell you. I know a friend of mine who's Northern Sudanese, mixed with dark skin, dark brown. When I mean dark skin, dark brown skin. Mixed with he's Arabic descent, mixed with Arabic descent as well. Besides a sub-Saharan African, and also he's a Muslim. And he admitted, he said, yeah, the Africans did slave your people and brought them over here. But as Africans try to be soft about that and try to say, oh, it wasn't our people, we got tricked by white. That's not doggone true. Before white man came here, so point is they not used to our background in the United States. They did not live through the history. They did not go through the segregation, all the enslavement here. So when they talk about that hating of blackness, people who were dissing the folks about Beyonce, and I love Beyonce, and I like Jay-Z as an artist. I love Beyonce well, she was my woman, but I'll tell you, if she was my woman and I was married to her, that child hair will be done. I'm not talking about flat iron. If she want a flat iron, it's her business. If she want to keep it natural, but it'll be put in the style. And I understand she actually right. Lovelyti actually right that people waste all this time, put a petition to worry about children who are being abused. That is very correct. But let me give you a history lesson for her. Anybody that don't understand our history. My paternal grandmother, my dad's mother, is a little darker than I am. She's not dark skinned, but she's a little darker than I am. She's brown skinned, solid brown. Like, I'm caramel, a little lighter than she is. She has thin lips, nose wide, but a little, not too wide. It's that little bridge, like, the white Indian. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Her dad was dark skinned. Was straight naturally, no perm, no hot comb or nothing, straight hair. Okay, his dad looked like his dad, my great grandfather. Big Dad's dad looked like they say he's like a East Indian or a black Mexican, the stereotypical look. Okay, cause his mother, Big Dad's dad, Grandpa Bodley, they call him. His mother looked like a white woman. She was part English, part black, and his dad was a pure Native American Choctaw. Okay, so that my great-grandfather's grandparents were. Okay, his dad's family. Now, as Grandma Till, Big Daddy's mama, on her picture, she looked real light. Okay, so they say her mother was from Africa, was a slave. Okay, but we don't know who her daddy was. I know that her half brother was mulatto because her brother married Grandpa's Bodley's sister. And Grandpa Bodley married her. You see what I'm saying? So, brother, sister from another family married brother and sister. Okay? And on the records, on 1926, before they put the one-drop rule on the census, it showed that Grandpa Bodley was living in 1920. His mother, Grandma Charlotte, my great-great-grandma, who like a white woman from Louisiana, who's part English, part black. And then they showed they both living in the house of her daughter, Grandma Bodley's sister, mulatto, and also Rufus Clark, that was my great whatever uncle, who was also Grandma Till's brother, and he had was mulatto. So they never talked about Grandma Till's dad. Okay, so I'm doing more research. I mean, it takes money to do genealogical research, but I saw this when I was in the 90s when I went to the Clayton Library here in Houston, Texas. Okay, Grandma Till told my grandmother and the sisters, because it was all 9 sisters, They one time hair was not done and matted in the eyes. That's why I get that mentality to look good. It has nothing to do with being black or being white. Okay, let's get that straight. But the stereotypical images that we saw back in the, my family saw back then, because I wasn't there, but let's say we saw them today, if they did Martin King and Rosa Parks and not fight for our rights, okay? And Medgar Evers and the Civil Rights Movement. They saw pictures back in the day, mammies, jigaboos, and pickaninnies. Children had messy, not neat, comb, matted eyes, and just looked like they came out of mess and made slave children. That's what Lovelyti don't understand about our history, okay? Because 19, she says she's Nigerian, she don't know our history when it comes deep in your roots, okay? So, I understand Cologne is in Nigeria, but it's totally different. They wasn't enslaved by white people. They didn't have to pick no cotton from the white people by force, okay? So, she told my grandmother, my great-grandmother told them, hey, go in and clean your clean your face, comb your hair, put some shoes on everything. We're not having no pickaninnies in this family. Now, see, she don't understand that, because back in those days, it was not trying to be white or black. It was about being neat, because white racist people put on pictures that we did not look presentable. Okay? You would not have these jiggable images in hip hop today if we kept that mentality. Okay? It was to look polished. So when folks criticized Beyonce's daughter for not having her hair combed and looking all wild, it brought the images that white racist people put back in the day. Okay? So even if Madonna, who's have a half Hispanic child, Cuban child, 19 mulatto, or even Afro-Mestizo on her dad's side, okay? If her child was naturally straight hair, whatever, it was the Indians or the white side of his family, treat him, Carlos Leon, yeah. And also, and Madonna's little silky straight hair. If he was frizzy, I don't know, look like worse than Pippi Longstocking hair, dude. All the Pippi Longstocking hair was braided in, but let's say it was look worse. If we would still criticize, like, wait, Madonna looking like a doggone diva, and this girl, you know, Lourdes looking like what? A hot mess? Something wrong with this picture. Because in America, we believe those who high class, or trying to be high class, even if he was living in the ghetto, was put in a position to look presentable, not look like trash, trailer, or ghetto, okay? So I understand Lovelyti is correct that we should not be worried about Beyonce. She is Beyonce's child, had a lot of money, but going back to in the African American descent community, because we're not pure African, getting her head. She need to understand none of us African American descendants are not pure African descent. I mentioned the paternal side of the family. Grandpa side of the family, my dad's side, when he was dark skinned mixed with Creole and Indian. His great grandmother, who was dark skinned, they told me she had Creole and Indian on her side of the family. My great grandma Rosina on that side of the family, Louisiana. Okay, so the point is she don't know. I see, it's a good thing to know your roots, know where you're going. So it's not about trying to look white or trying to straighten your hair like a white person. It's about looking presentable. And if you got class and money, that's exactly what the woman was trying to say. And I understand that it should not make fun of these children, go after children, but mostly it was to Beyonce, because like I said, she was my woman. My baby going out like that. You need to put some conditioner in her hair, some moisturizing lotion in her hair, and look presentable, because we got money now. We don't live in the hood no more. And you're actually right that some of the women who 9-10 time petition have kids look snide nose. I wouldn't have that in my doggone house. Trust me. Due to my great grandmother's idea saying that we don't have pickaninnies in the house. Okay? Because if Lovelyti know her history, she claims she do. Okay? She will see to understand that white racist people put images of our people, no matter what the shade was, but usually make a dark skinned child, dark brown, dark skin, not no camel, not no, because they have some melanin skin. when I grew up in the 80s and before, they got considered that dark skin. You would not call somebody like Whitney Houston dark skin. Okay, let's get that straight. It's these Afrocentric folks who want somebody to be so black and down so bad, knowing that they not. They being something they're not. They're not even pure black. They all. If I understand you come from Africa, I can understand. You know, all y'all dark brown to the color black, I can understand you preaching this message, but not all of us fit the criteria. Okay, so let's get that straight. That's what the folks look like when they came. What they call black. Camera skin, brown skin do not make you pure black. Okay, somebody's stupid because somebody black when they don't have no black skin. The dark brown not close to being black. The color black, like tall. Okay, let's get this straight. Anybody no colorism, it's the truth. The point is, the folks criticize, which is I understand and I agree with Lovely's view on that. They should not be worried about the child. It's true, the child is way up, you know, have a mom and dad that's working in the industry, got money. But as I struggle in this country, is that we supposed to try to look presentable to make them folks who talk trash about us look bad and look like they liars who they are. Okay, so I wish that people stop trying to say because somebody look, even in me as a brother, and try to look like I did a fashion show. I make sure, I did a fashion show in the community for Father's Day, and I put the mask on and everything. You know, the facial mask. I shaved up and look presentable because I wanted to look presentable for the community for the fashion show. That was the only one because the other men didn't come up and try to fashion in the community. But the point is, I don't want to look rugged, you know, ratchet, any kind of way. Because you're trying to have a persona of looking presentable. And women who have sense, like a man who is handsome, along with being nice and kind and taking care of them. Not being a gold digger, but, you know, taking care of them. That's what many women, not all, but many women, the woman I like to approach. Okay? Now, I ain't trying to look for no woman that won't be rusty and dirty, and then all of a sudden she married me and she all complain about it, because usually that's what happens. Okay, so and stinky and dirt, no. So that's why. So I want you to understand it ain't about no self-hatred. You stop slandering folks for that. Y'all want to look ratchet and go ahead and do it, but don't put the whole part of African American descent people along with you and call them the self-hatred when the first all you doing this for white folks anyway. Because they sure want us to look any kind of way. Okay? Look out presentable, out of shape, everything. They like that. The right racist people, not the one who's not racist. Okay? So, that's the mentality. When I was a child, I had my hair combed, whether it was greasy in the hair. I had my everything look presentable. Everybody, even though I was not treated well by mentality-wise, being, you know, talked out of kind of way, but still, back in the 80s, I had best clothes and everything because my family taught me to look presentable and look groomed, being handsome. Call it male beauty, whatever you want to call it metro, whatever. Because I'm sorry, if I was a woman, I would want a dude looking as a man. I don't want a woman looking any kind of way, whether it be her hair all over the place or nothing, whether it be straight, curly, kinky, curly, it don't matter. Nobody don't like no out of shape stuff. I'm sorry. I understand you don't have the money to do that. That's okay. But they would criticize Beyonce because they see how they had the long blonde weave, you know what I'm saying, her hair done. And I like Beyonce. Trust me, I do. But having your child looking any kind of way, we're not talking about get a hot comb and flat, or get a flat iron straight her hair. We're talking about put it in a presentable fashion. Okay? So you would not have a child looking any kind of way like she just came out the hood. You know, the po hood. Okay? So I want folks to understand that you have a different persona from different speech from somebody else. And good thing I am part of the black race, because somebody need to have a doggone different persona about this situation. Stop saying that somebody who try to look presentable, have their hair, trying to be white. And if they do straight their hair, they ain't trying to be white. First of all, we're not pure Africans. We are partially white and Native American. Well, that's why we have the light skin, dark skin issue. Back on the ship, it was no issue. Hair straight kinky, it wasn't an issue. Sister, get in your head. I'm getting very tired of y'all want somebody to be blacking and down, and they not blacking down at all, regardless if they dark or light. If they genetic show and they ain't blacking and down, you need to come out the doggone closet and say you're doggone mutt. Sorry to say it uses fresh to the mix, okay? The multiracial identity does not mean one person parent of different race, it does not mean 100%. It means a person with 2 or more races of ancestors. And we need to start distorting that meaning. And Beyonce's child is Creole. His dad, camera skin, he claimed to be black, but we don't know what's in his background. We know 19, he got something else in him. Not only because of his complexion, but the experience of the United States. Even if he was dark skinned like Mars Chestnut, he still could be mixed. Because in the American struggle in this country, our ancestors had to have mixing going on in order to have babies for masters to be slaves. Okay, that's why they had the 1-drop rule. And 1-drop rule was for a master to either rape or seduce a slave so the babies can come out to be their slave for having black blood. Get it in your head, folks. It was not for no black power. It was for black anti-black oppression. That's why I'm not with the 1-drop rule. Go ahead and be KK's mammy and pappy, those who believe in that way. Go ahead and pick the cotton. Clean the master's drawers. Go to the KK household and do it. But I won't. And I'm not going to let a white person tell me how to live my doggone life. It's Multiracial Heritage Week as well, along with Juneteenth. Those are 2 things that if I struggle, that's why I celebrate those 2. Especially being from Texas. We and I know about the doggone slave, the ancestors who were Texans. Did not know about the proclamation situation. Trying to twist my speech right now, but I'm very upset about this. Okay? So, she from Nigeria don't know a doggone thing about our history. She never lived, her family did not have to go through that trash. That's why I get tired of some Africans, not all, some Africans, I said, who think they know our history and our struggle when they don't. They was out there in La La Land in Africa while our ancestors were they light skin, dark skin, hair straight kinky, where they look black as tall, where they look like white folks or not, or look like exotic, or look Hispanic at the time. They didn't use that term, but still, what they look like, they was getting mistreated for having black ancestry, which is the 1-drop rule caused. So folks got to understand that the do with trying to be white, and we not pure black, so we are black, white, and Native American. Many of us are. Regardless of what we look like, because our background is who we are. Accept it. If you don't accept it, that's your problem. So I'm getting very tired of this conscious movement and trying to say it's good to be conscious of racism. Racism is why I talk about it a lot, because I know that I'm known fit the doggone criteria what folks want me to be and expect me to be. Okay? So I talk about it, sister. But don't ever sit there and talk about somebody trying to be white because they trying to get their hair looking presentable. Not actually means straightening someone's hair. It means putting it in a presentable way so you look presentable. When you're high class, we're taught in this country, you live like high class. When I have a maid and a butler, I ain't gonna have my house looking any kind of way. I ain't gonna live like I used to live a long time ago or now. That when folks want to have money in this country, and that's why her folks came in this country as well. The American dream. So folks need to get it twisted head. If you want somebody to look black as tall, go to Africa and find one. Leave us out of it. Those who do not with that mess. I can't speak for those who with that mess are being twisted because they looking for something that ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna have no black power on this country. White power dying out. You know what we're gonna say? Mixed power or human power. We're gonna say like I said, don't be no brown power too. Shoes. Alright, so I want to get that straight to folks that I'm not sitting here. No mean to bash Lovelyti. I'm getting very tired. She's speaking for us, and I'm glad she mentioned her family, part of families from Nigeria. They don't know what we went through in this doggone country. Actually, some of their family helped the situation by putting our ancestors on the ship. Okay, so I don't blame just the white man for racist man for this. I wait for also the Africans and those who with their black and down mess, because they're the ones who's helping the situation go along and act like the Africans didn't do with it. When they do, they still slave each other in Africa. That the girls got kidnapped by in Nigeria. Okay, it's a prime example. What happened in Darfur in Sudan is still going on. And just the Arabic folks who look like skinned folks that they're doing. It's the Africans who go along with them. Okay? So we can cut that trash out. I don't care if it's ugly. I don't care if it's the truth. Accept it. That's your problem. You don't. Right? And like I just mentioned, by my background, My great-grandmother told my grandmother, we do not have no paganism in this house. It was because they are black. It was so the white folks would not think they was out of shape and no good. It's a prove them wrong. And that's what I do in my doggone life. So you understand, sister? No, once you read more, since you want to be out into our business about United States African American people are totally have different experience and a different way of look than folks from Africa. Because while our ancestors getting whipped, raped, beat, hit side of the head, y'all was having fun and having whatever y'all was going. I don't care what colonies was calling. They didn't have slaves. The slave trade came over here. Okay? And the kings and queens that folks be talking about, they was having fun while we was so yeah, they actually, some of them actually took part of the slave trade. Okay? So I'm getting very tired of this mess. And y'all think that we just came out the boat the next day? Came out the ship because your family did? No, baby. My African ancestors came here 400 years ago. Okay? Let's get that straight, baby. And our bloodline came mixed. If you didn't want our bloodline to become mixed, your doggone ancestors didn't have the doggone white man to put our ancestors on the ship to bring over here. Let's get that straight right now. It makes me very upset. Y'all talk for us. We never went through what I went through. And anybody that's light, dark, brown, hair, kinky, straight, whatever, it doesn't matter. In this country, you don't know our struggle. And that's one thing, even the African lady I'm dealing with right now, she's lighter than I am, and she's Nigerian. I think she got the English in her, because remember they mixed out every white man, he goes to a different country, not European, he mixed with some doggone woman. With the force of by choice. Point is, she's trying to tell me and not understand what I'm going through, because she don't see the same struggle that we went through. Okay? The family and stuff we go through, we have totally different ways of living. How we see things. So y'all need to stop thinking that we go by African ideas. And I tell people, black culture in America is not African. It's very mulatto. Yes, black blood, but mixed different as well, along with a lot of culturalism that's not African. Where I'm speaking right now is not Swahili or Zulu or Yoruba. It's none of that. So get that in your head. Stop acting like you know I struggle. And next time I hear somebody being white, whatever, I'm going to get very upset with that person. I'm not trying to make no threats, but they don't know a doggone thing. Okay? And the idea that my great-grandmother was trying to teach my aunt, even though she was harsh about it, I don't condone that. But she was trying to tell them to make white people look stupid. Not the racists, the racists one I'm talking about. Make them look stupid when they think about you. Okay? So get it in your head.